Ferris, can we go over those again?
No alcohol, no drugs, random UA, no contact with co-defendants, no weapons, no contact with the church, or no contact with the person who's, I guess, either the owner or the money. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Diaz.
How you doing?
So you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, sir, that this is going to go on your record. It can be used against you anytime you pick up any new cases. You will now be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. It looks to me that you're also on felony probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that this can, by pleading guilty to this offense, this may result in that probation being revoked, resulting in further confinement. Do you understand?
Sir.
Do you still want to do this?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense of possession of a controlled substance, guilty or not guilty? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never come back and change this. You understand?
Sir.
You're on felony probation. There's only so many times they're going to bend over before they, put you in prison, man.
Sir.
You know?
I don't want that.
Don't say anything, but really, the more you pick up, the worse it is. All right? All right, good luck.
Your Honor, good seeing you.
Online, digital, business.
Hello?
Notice how the judge lays out every single consequence before accepting the guilty plea? This isn't just formality, it's legal protection. Once the defendant pleads guilty, there's no going back. What do you think? Should judges be this strict, or is it too harsh?
And? Okay, zoom back on. Do you mind? Please, thanks.
Huh? Gonzalez?
Okay, give me a second, Dion.
Yes, sir.
You are Vincent Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. That allegation kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 9-month deferred. So he's got 2 cases. He's got the criminal trespass and this case.
Correct. And they're be dismissing the newer criminal trespass case.
Is this what you want to do, sir? Paper for the next 9 months. As a result, you cannot use illegal drugs. You cannot use alcohol. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I want you to know that. You really want to do this. If you violate this probation, you're looking at a year in jail. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Are you sure? He picked up a case while he's on bond. I mean, really? Are you going to be able to make this thing? You can't even stay out of trouble while you're on bond for this case, man. Really?
That's what I'm making. I got this.
The thing is that when you get on probation and it gets revoked, you look at a whole ton of more time and you're expected to do stuff on time, meet with probation every month. You have to take a test every month to prove that you're not using alcohol or illegal drugs, no smoking weed, no using, you know what I mean? Are you sure you can do this?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense of terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for 9 months. As part of the agreement, you will do an effective decision-making class. You will do an 8-hour anger management class, 20 hours of community service. Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
Then that's what we're going to do. You will now be expected, instead of the community service, you need at the very minimum a high school diploma, Mr. Rodriguez. And now that I know that you don't have one, I'm going to keep you until you get one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to test you in 2 weeks for drugs and alcohol. You know now. Do not use. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will make you a deal. I like to take people off early when they do well to reward them. The minute you get your GED, and I mean, you got to do the class as well, but the minute you do get your GED, I'll take you off, man. All we want you to do is make you better than you left. But I'm telling you now, I will hold you to this until the end. So if you try to toy with us, I can file an issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, let you out after a week for you to do what you're supposed to do. You toy again, right back in, and in 2 weeks this time. Toy again, 3 weeks next time. Do you understand?
Understand.
All I want you to do is get your high school diploma.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Understand.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Waive all his fees. It's never about the money, Mr. Rodriguez. I don't care about the money. Money makes no difference to me. It's just you doing what you say you're going to do and keep my streets safe, because that's what I care about. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. Oh, Tony.
Buenos días, señor González. Good morning.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, first offense. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
Una multa.
You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 270 days in jail with credit for the 96 days that you have done.
Días que ya cumplió.
Is this how you understand this?
Yes.
You need to understand, Mr. Gonzalez, that this charge is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over in a car, an officer looks you up, they're going to, they will see this DWI. If they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You need to also understand.
Wow. The judge isn't just giving probation here, he's demanding the defendant finish high school. That's rare. Judges sometimes use probation not just as punishment, but as a push toward life improvement. Do you think forcing education is fair justice, or overstepping?
that as of today, you will now be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
Okay.
Okay.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there
Lo
are
acusan. Si no es ciudadano, hay
consequences. You
posibles
can be deported,
consecuencias migratorias.
excluded from the country,
Deportado es
denied naturalization under federal law.
leyes
You
federales.
give up the right to appeal.
El derecho a
Once you
apelar.
accept this agreement,
Acepta esta,
you can never change this.
puede cambiar jamás.
If I were you,
Si yo fuera usted,
even if you've had a sip of
he
alcohol,
tomado
I
un
would never get into
triguito
a
de
car
alcohol,
again
no me metería en
because you're taking a humongous risk.
un riesgo enorme.
How do you plead to this
¿Cómo
offense?
se declara
Guilty or
esta
not?
ofensa? ¿Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above?
Unos 5 o más arriba de
1.15
I had 1.15, I think.
Okay, so that is true then.
Así que es verdad.
Okay, true
Yes.
enhancer. All right, sir.
Está
Did he
bien.
say guilty?
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Usted se declara culpable. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna find you guilty. I will send you to the agreement. I am now going to suspend your ability
Ahora voy a
to drive for
suspender su
90 days.
habilidad de manejar
Do
por
not drive
90
until you
días.
get a
No
license.
maneja,
Good
no
luck,
maneja hasta
sir.
que reciba una licencia. Buena suerte, señor.
Okay, we're gonna waive all the fines and,
Thank you, Judge.
Ya le
okay,
quitan
good
todas
luck,
las-
Mr. Gonzalez.
Buena suerte, señor.
Okay. Alicia,
Yes, Judge.
did you test, last name again?
Wilson.
Wilson, did you test Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Yes. He was supposed to go take a test. Did you go take a test?
Yes.
Did he take a test with probation?
49 San Jacinto.
They're both pretrial and probation building. I don't see any ones on our end, but for the MHA,
Oh,
it may
okay.
have been with Shatoria.
Do you know where she is?
If I could have talking with Tony custody.
Yeah.
Just coming.
Hi, Shatori. That's okay. So we sent Mr. Wilson for a test?
It's negative.
Wonderful. Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. Stay negative, don't use, and stay out of trouble. So you said the next reset day that you got was what day?
April 17th.
I can give you the same day, Mike, but with us, we need to do something on that day.
Oh, no, I agree. And I
I'm not holding
believe
it any
that
longer after that. We will have a hearing. If it's not resolved upstairs by then, I'm going to have a hearing whether to
Yes, sir.
revoke.
Yes, sir. No problem. If we have the medical records, then I think the state will be in a different position.
So let's set up a hearing on that, on the 17th, and let
Yes, sir.
everybody know as far as probation department so that they're ready. Subpoena if they need to, they're subpoenaed. Okay. Don't use, stay out of trouble. I don't want to have to put you in jail. Do you understand? Okay. All right. We'll have you sign a receipt. We'll get you out of here.
Right this way.
Yes, sir. No, sir, to the judge, or
Yes,
yes,
sir.
your honor, or no, your honor.
You are on bond for tampering with a government record in addition to a fraud. And it has now come to my attention that you've picked up an indecent exposure. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. On the indecent exposure, please.
On February 25th, 2025, officers were dispatched to an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, and the complainant stated that she walked to the parking lot of her apartment complex, and the complainant stated she entered the driver's seat of her vehicle, which was parked north to face her apartment building, and she observed the resident of the apartment number 320 staring at her from the window of his apartment. The defendant then lowered his shorts below his genitals and held his erect penis in his hand, and was moving his hand up and down along his penis in a sexually gratifying manner. The complainant was offended and alarmed.
All right, Mr. Shaw, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to expose yourself into the public against other people. Do you understand? I'm now also, being that you are on bond with the case and you've now picked up a new case, I'm now going to revoke your bond on the first case as well. And I will now set that at 5,003. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with the complainant in this case, and not to go within 500 feet of where she lives or where she works. You understand?
This is one of the most uncomfortable moments, an indecent exposure case laid out in detail. The judge quickly adds strict bond conditions like GPS monitoring and no contact orders to protect the victim. Question for you, should bond even be an option in cases like this, or should jail be automatic?
Yes.
Also not to be in possession of weapons as well.
Possible, it's not. No, it's not impossible. It's in order to the court. You're gonna have to move it. If it's 200 feet, you can't stay there. It's a serious offense.
Okay, so Felicia, do you mind? I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs as well. So don't worry about the conditions. Since I'm gonna have them monitored, and I'm now going to put a GPS monitor prior to release Felicia as well, so that we know where he is.
Now, I ask a question, Judge.
Sure.
State, do you know, the exact location of where the complainant witness distance of residence? I think they stay in the same complex. Do you know the
You know
distance?
what we can do, because it's gonna probably take a little bit of time to calculate.
Yeah.
Why don't we roll it to tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
That way we can also give time to calculate where he lives in relation to the complaining witness. Because I don't want you to go anywhere near her. I want this person to feel safe, and I don't want you anywhere near this person. Do you understand?
Should we roll until tomorrow?
I would like conditions signed now, and then we can always modify it later on, but I guess because they may live in the same complex, we'll have to delineate, or find how far it is one to the
So
other.
how many feet would you like me to put for the moment?
For the moment, for now, 500,
Yes,
and then we can come back and change it if need be.
yes, Judge.
Okay?
Thank you.
So we need him to sign real quick and then.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenas, ¿qué tal?
Yo soy su intérprete. Por favor, conteste a voz alta.
Ok. Está bien.
Good morning, Mr. Ramirez Black.
¿Va?
Buenos días, señor.
Good morning, sir.
You're charged with two
Está siendo
cases. You were
acusado de
charged with
dos casos.
driving while
Está
intoxicated.
acusado de manejar
You're also charged with failure to stop and give information.
proporcionar información.
Both of those are Class B misdemeanors. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Una multa de 2
You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 150 days in jail, credit for the 55 days that you have already done.
días que ya cumplió.
Is this how you
Es
understand
lo
the
que usted
agreement?
entiende.
Sí.
Yes.
You need to understand, sir, that this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the DWI. You're pleading the DWI. The other case is getting dismissed, I'm
Que
assuming.
le van a quitar
Correct?
los cargos, ¿correcto?
So
Eso me lo-
you need to understand that the DWI will go on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life.
permanecerá ahí por el
This is important because if you ever get pulled over,
lo pagan.
an officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI, they go up to your car
Ellos van a
and they smell alcohol. It's probably not going to go well
no
for
le
you.
va a ir bien a usted.
Do you understand?
Usted entiende.
Entiendo.
I understand.
If I were you, I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol,
Y todavía
don't get into a car.
se metan en un carro.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Lo he pensado siempre.
I
You
will
also
comply.
need to understand that this is an enhanceable offense. So from now on,
Que aquí en
it's a
adelante
minimum of
estaré
30 days in
enfrentando
jail.
mínimo de 30 días en la
Any new
cárcel.
cases that you pick up here,
Caso.
you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement.
Derecho hasta llegar a este
You give up the right to a trial,
juicio.
right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
Leyes federales.
You give up the right to appeal.
También su derecho a apelar.
Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life.
Permanecerá ahí,
You
pues
can never take it all.
jamás podría sacarlo.
Lo entiendo.
I understand.
This is what you want to
Es
do.
lo que quiere hacer. Yes. Yes, sir.
Plead to the driving while intoxicated, sir.
Señor.
Culpable.
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I will now suspend your license or your ability to drive if you don't have one for 90 days.
90
Do
días.
not drive, otherwise you will go right back to jail.
Regresa de nuevo a la cárcel.
Lo entiendo.
I understand that, sir. Buena suerte.
Roll the court costume, so.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is this true? You got into college. Wow, I'm so proud of you. That's so great. What are you going to be doing? That's awesome. Have you started yet, or when do you start?
Not when I start. I'm doing them online.
Okay, that's okay. Look, you got to start somewhere. Start small, and then you just build up, and then at some point it'll just get bigger, better, and then just keep at it. It's going to be hard. It's not easy, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? That's why the more difficult something is, in the long run, the better pay you get. Just keep up. If you ever have any issues, if you need help, just come back to us. We'll help you with whatever you need. Really, just stay with it. Stick the course and just keep it up. Okay? You're doing great. And remember, patience is key because you're going to get upset. Just don't take it out on anyone. That's it. All right? Great job. Okay. Thanks, Josh. Mr. Badamosi, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yeah, I apologize. Does the first name, last name start with a G?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted.
D.
Okay, correct. So on October 16th, 2024, at approximately 2:05 p.m., the officer was flagged down at an intersection of Huffmeister Road and Hempstead Road in reference to an FSGI. Upon arrival, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated he was parked at a Valero gas station and that he observed the defendant display irate behaviors. The witness observed irate behaviors towards the complainant, who expressed fear for her safety. A witness stated the complainant was attempting to exchange information, and the defendant did not attempt to exchange info and left the scene. The witness tried to follow the defendant approximately 3 miles from the scene when he saw an officer and flagged him down. The officer made contact with the defendant, and the defendant was reluctant to provide identifying information, but then identified himself by name and date of birth. The defendant admitted to being involved in an accident and that the complainant's vehicle had minor damage. The defendant made a false statement that the accident occurred at Huffmeister and Hempstead, and the defendant stated he asked the complainant if she was okay. The defendant was released at the scene, and the officers then met with the complainant at the gas station, who stated she was driving southbound on Huffmeister when she was struck by the defendant's vehicle. The complainant pulled into the gas station, and the defendant began striking her window and became irate. The complainant requested the defendant's insurance information, and the defendant refused and left the scene. The complainant stated the defendant did not ask if she was okay, and the estimated damage was $970.48.
Okay. Have you run his license?
I'll run it right now, Your Honor.
Please. Mr. Badamosi, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, then you're not allowed to drive, and that is also a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. It's eligible, Your Honor.
Hey, file those conditions, please. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Badamosi, or did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
If we could actually do this now, I
Don't. Just, I have a bunch of, well, not a bunch of days. I have DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. It's best that you just don't say anything now. You need a lawyer in this case. Don't, you could end up with a conviction. You're looking at up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You need a lawyer to represent you in this case. So you can either hire one or you can apply for a court-appointed lawyer one, but you have to qualify for an appointed lawyer. If you'd like, I can give you an application and we'll see whether you qualify or not.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Right.
Okay. I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you have coming in. I need to know whether you have a spouse that has money coming in, what kind of car you drive, what house, money in your bank account. I need to know everything about you, and then I'll see whether you qualify. Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with the,
So I go ahead and pay it for an attorney. I don't have to do all this. I just go ahead and hire the attorney and stuff.
right. If you wanted to go hire a lawyer, what we would do is I'd have you sign a receipt with Ramona, would get you out of here, and then when you come back, just have a lawyer.
I'll take the, I'll get mine.
You're going to go hire. Okay, so just bear with me. So I need you to sign our bond conditions. I'll have you sign a receipt with Ramona. Let me just have you take a seat in the jury box. I'm going to get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then after that, you'll be free to go. Okay? Mr. Smith, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, a University of Houston student found the defendant sleeping inside a campus building on the 4th floor and believed the defendant was not a resident. The student alerted the on-call desk attendant, who called campus police. Campus police made contact with the defendant, and after running him through TCIC, gyms, and locals, found an active issued campus-wide criminal trespass warning from May 16th, 2024. The officer had previously found the defendant inside a different building on the campus, and these buildings are only accessible to students and staff. The defendant is neither staff nor student. The defendant was then detained.
Right. Mr. Smith, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Now going back to University of Houston. Do you understand? Don't. If you need a lawyer, I can give you a lawyer today. You can tell the lawyer, but I don't want you going back unless you're an active enrolled student there. You're not to go back to any part of U of H. Do you understand? If I find that you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. Understand? I'm not asking for much. Just don't go back there. If you need a place to sleep, if you need a place to go, we can find that for you. Just don't go back there. All right.
I'm going to said,
I'm gonna stop. Don't. I'll have you, if you want a lawyer, I'll give you a lawyer today. You can tell the story. You do your side to the lawyer. All right. I need you to fill an application for me, Mr. Smith. So Deputy Miranda is going to give me an application. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Ramona. I will have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, though, and then I'll find you a lawyer here. All right? Mr. White, you're charged with driving, I guess, with a false driver's license. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
I apologize, who's this defendant?
White.
White, okay. Okay. On February 4th, 2025, officers responded to a possible fraud at an AutoNation in Harris County, Texas. And the officers met with the sales manager who informed them that a black male had arrived at the business and attempted to purchase a vehicle with a fictitious driver's license. The manager provided a copy of the driver's license provided to him, and an NCIC TCIC search was done on the driver's license and returned a photograph of a Hispanic male. The sales manager said that was not the same person who had provided the driver's license the previous day. The defendant had provided a salesperson a copy of the fictitious driver's license the day before when trying to purchase the vehicle online, and a salesperson thought it was suspicious when the defendant arrived on the 4th, having provided the driver's license of a Hispanic male and on the day before. The salesperson asked to see his ID, and he provided a paper copy of the same driver's license, although it looked like he had placed a photo over the original photo on the license he had sent the previous day. The defendant could not produce the original driver's license. The officer made contact with the defendant, who admitted the driver's license copy he had provided was not him, although he stated it was him in the photo on the paper copy of the driver's license. The defendant had his real driver's license in his pocket, as well as the doctored paper copy of someone else's driver's license. The defendant also had a copy of the original document he had sent the previous day.
Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to pick up any new cases, not to be in this kind of behavior again. I will do everything in my power to protect my community. If I find that anything dubious is going on, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and I'm going to make your bond sky high. Do you understand? Can you file no engaging in like behavior, please? No contact with any of the complaining witnesses in these cases as well?
Yes, Judge.
Yes. The weapons as well?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. White, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? I'm going to have you fill out an application. I will take a look to see whether you qualify. Don't endanger my public by any means. Do you understand? All right. I'll get with Deputy Miranda. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Mr. Mendoza, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. This is a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. The proverbial slap on the wrist that we were doing today. Look at me. The proverbial slap on the wrist. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So this, no more. And if you're not in this country with permission, and you do any more than 4 to 6 hours, you will probably get an immigration detainer. Do you understand?
Yes,
If you do not have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, you can never change this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. You're Christopher McCormick.
Yes, sir.
Mr. McCormick, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 4th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a Lowe's in Harris County, Texas regarding a theft. The officer made contact with the complainant, who advised he stopped a male who intentionally passed all points of sale with merchandise. The defendant had placed items in a cart and proceeded to exit the store. The total was $714.88.
Got it. Mr. McCormick, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Lowe's whatsoever for any reason. If I find that you go to Lowe's, you pick up a new case, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sorry.
Do you mind filing those conditions?
Yes,
Alex, tell me, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, sir, not at this time.
I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify. So Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you go to Ramona, fill it out, and then we'll have you take your seat in the jury box. Okay? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 6, 2025, the officer was dispatched to an intersection in North Houston of Roslyn Road and Little York Road regarding a major crash. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed watery eyes, slurred speech, and improper balance. The officer further observed a strong odor of marijuana. The defendant stated he was driving from his grandmother's house, turned north, and lost control of the vehicle. The defendant stated he had not been drinking, but had smoked marijuana and had marijuana in the vehicle. The officer observed a burnt marijuana cigarette on the crease of the defendant's right ear, and standard field sobriety tests were performed. HGN 0 out of 6, walk and turn and one leg stand were unable to be completed. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to blood.
All right. Mr. Montalvo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Have you any prior to DWIs?
No prior DWIs and his eligible license.
All right. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But I am ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to test you. If I find that you continue to use, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. Do you understand? Just stay in touch with the lawyer. He'll tell you when you have to come back. Don't pick up any new cases and just behave while you're out there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Ramona. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. And after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay? Okay, Josh, you ready?
That was very fun. Go back.